What's up, y'all? Advance here. So, breaking news that came out over the weekend. Franics Ngannou has left the UFC. Some reports I saw said that he left. Other reports said that he was released. I don't know. Regardless of what report said what, he's not fighting in the UFC no more. So Francis has been going through this contract dispute for the better part of a year and a half now. Jeez, this sun is offensive. Hold on. He's been going through this for the better part of a year and a half now. And it's always been an issue. So he's felt that, you know, that the UFC is not paying him, you know, not only paying him what he's worth, but giving him the guarantee that he needs for, you know, to survive, you know. But now I know the average person will look at this and say, oh, well, you're getting paid millions of dollars, or blah, blah, blah. All right, so listen, when you're dealing with contact sports and when you're dealing with combat sports, you know, insurance is a big part of that. Where am I? There we go. Insurance is a big part of that, you know. So if you have, if you're in a case like this, like especially in Francis' case, because Francis goes up against some heavy hitters, and he can take them just as well as he gives them, you know. So yeah, but when you're in a profession where you take impact like that, you know, like it's a high likelihood that there's something that's going to come that could put you down permanently. So, and that's the one thing that he was talking about in his I guess it was like an interview or a Zoom call that he did. And the one thing that he talked about was insurance. Now, I don't understand how the insurance aspect works in fight sports, but because I'm like, all right, I mean, if they're not offering you a benefits plan, you know, you can get your own. So, but you know, like I don't know how that works. I don't know if certain plans don't cover fight sports or whatever, but you know, but yeah, in any case, they couldn't work the money out, and here we are. So, because I know his, because he was having this same contract dispute when he was building up to the Cyril Gane fight. So, sadly, you know, it didn't work out in his favor. So, because even during the Cyril Gane fight, they made Cyril Gane interim champion, you know, leading up to that, because they didn't know what the issue with Francis Ngannou is. As a matter of fact, while training for that fight, Ngannou actually hurt his knee. He injured his knee during that during his training camp. Now, it got back right enough for him to fight, but you know, he ended up having to adopt a whole different fighting style to you know, in order to do that. But you know, now, like, so it seemed like that was a band-aid on the situation. Whatever deal they made, I don't know if that was his last fight on the contract or what, but that was yeah, so they made that fight happen. Then it was like, all right, so after he beat Cyril Gane, because Cyril Gane was clearly going to be the his most competitive match, you know, because like Cyril Gane was like, he was a heavyweight, but he was a conditioned heavyweight, and Ngannou just dominated him. So, you know, I don't know. Then they was like, all right, so what's going on? Then people started talking about John Jones. Now, I shouldn't say people started talking about John Jones, because people never stopped talking about John Jones. So, because that fight was supposed to happen 3 years ago, when when John Jones vacated the light heavyweight title to go up to heavyweight, at the time, Stipe was the champion, and then Ngannou destroyed Stipe, and yeah, so when he destroyed Stipe, that pretty much left it open. It was like, all right, so what now? Like, and then that's when John Jones was having his contract disputes. So, and then there was people saying that he was ducking Francis. There was people saying that Francis was ducking him. I don't know where the fuck that came from, but yeah. So, yeah, but like from what John Jones was putting out, and you know, with people trying to egg him on to get back into the fight to fight Ngannou, you know, he was like, the one thing that he said in response that I noticed that stuck out was he said, "Man, y'all have no idea what we go through." So, yeah, and this contract dispute with Francis is proof of that. So, you know, like, and it's crazy because now they was talking about making this. They was finally talking about making the fight that everybody wanted to see: John Jones versus Francis Ngannou for the title. And I mean, you know, he hasn't fought since he vacated the title. So, you know, he was still kind of, I guess he was still kind of had that super fight status because he would have still been recognized as light heavyweight champion. I don't know. Y'all post your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of that. But in any case, this is you know, this saddens me. Like, I always knew that it was that no era lasts forever, but sadly, the era of the three African kings has come to an end. First, Usman lost by a knockout, then Izzy lost by a knockout, and now Francis Ngannou is leaving the UFC. So, yeah. So now John Jones is going to face Cyril Gane for the UFC heavyweight title. I assume for the UFC heavyweight title, but we'll see. But in any case, my name's Advanced. Those are my thoughts. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you think about this whole Francis Ngannou, John Jones, Cyril Gane situation. Are you happy about it? Are you relieved to see him go because he was destroying your favorite fighter? Let me know. I'm out.